Hi guys, welcome back. Today I am going to discuss another interview question. In this video, I am going to discuss about waterfall model. It is very basic model. Basically, waterfall is a stream where water flows over a vertical drop or a series of steep drops. SDLC means software development lifecycle. Waterfall is a very basic software development lifecycle model. A series of phases to be followed to build a software product. So when we do compare a prototype or a life cycle model with waterfall, means we are holding same characteristics like a waterfall. When waterfall from one point to another, that means same water cannot be reversed back and it looks like a spontaneous flow in one direction. So in case of a waterfall model, we are following a series of phases. Once we do complete one phase, then we are moving to next phase, then next phase, like that. So it's a characteristic like a water. That means that model is flowing from one point to another and another, like that. So here in the latter stage, if we found some mistake or enhancement in the previous stage, which we already have been completed, here it's not possible because we do not have control over the previous phases. Once we complete the previous phase and we are moving to the next phase. So let's discuss the various phases of a waterfall model one by one. Let's get started. So basically there are 6 phases to be followed in the waterfall model. So when we come to requirement analysis phase, in this phase we need to gather the requirements and we need to finalize the requirements first. So there may be a lot of factors comes into the picture like cost factor, resource factor, and what are the targeted features need to be implemented. So you may call it as a feasibility study. So we need to do the feasibility study and finalizing the requirement in this phase. So once we finish the requirement analysis, then we are moving to the system design. So in the system design phase, we are specifying the hardware and the system requirements and helps in defining the overall system architecture. So the requirement specification from the first phase are studied in this phase and the system design is prepared. Like what are the targeted components and whether it will be available free or need to buy. So those kind of analysis we need to do in the system design part maybe will be well documented before going to implementation phase. So in this implementation phase, with inputs from the system design, the system is first developed. So for that, we need to hire the developers in this phase. So they will be programming and they will be coding for the units by units. Then after that, they will be integrating different units to support and to develop our product. So once the implementation phase finished, then we are moving to system testing. QA people will be hired in this phase to test the overall implementation. So all the units developed in this implementation phase or the units which are integrated into the system, we need to test. You may call it as a regression test because we need to overall test the product, right? So that is the main motto here. So once we finish system testing, then it comes to system deployment. That means it's a production deployment. Once we do the production, to deploy our product to the production, then it will be available for the end users, right? So after that it comes system maintenance, which is very vital in the waterfall model because we need to support for our product, right? So in this phase, whatever issues or bugs will be coming, so we need to fix or support to the end users model. So coming to advantages and disadvantages of waterfall model. The main advantages, so before the next phase of development, each phase must be completed, right? If you complete one phase, then you are allowed to move the second phase in the waterfall model. And second is, it is very suitable for the smaller projects where requirements are well defined. And coming to disadvantages, error can be fixed only during the phases. So once the phase will be completed and you are moving to next phase, at that time you found some error in the previous phase, then you cannot do anything for that. So that's why error can be fixed only during the phases. And second is, it is not desirable for complex project where requirement changes frequently. If we are planning for a big project like complex project and we are not sure about the requirement, and in between it may be changes frequently. So for those kind of projects, then it is not recommended to follow waterfall model. So one real-time example, suppose you are planning to build a house. So for that you are approving some design plan and you are contacting one builder to build your house. So you gave the estimation and building plan, everything initially. After that, the builder take up and build your house. So finally you decided to visit your newly constructed house. And there you find some mistakes, like small rooms, and some rooms should be spacious and the position should be like that, and the gate design should be like that. So these kind of mistakes if you find, then you cannot do anything because the house already constructed as per your plan. So if you want to change something there, then you have to rebuild, right? You have to break, you have to construct. So a lot of things will be coming. So that is a kind of maintenance work. That means in the maintenance phase only you are doing or you are changing something. So that is the main disadvantages for the waterfall model. That means we are following a flow, means we are following some phases, and after that when you are coming to maintenance phase and you are doing something, you are doing some changes, right? Suppose in the previous phase you found some mistake, but you are not doing anything because you don't have permission to do anything because the design is fixed and this is a flow, and that's what it is compared to the water model. That's all guys. Please check out my other videos also. Thank you so much.